Hello beautiful people, listen Daruma, welcome to the channel. Today we're going to be checking this video, and it's Piers Morgan on Harry and Meghan eviction. Charles is saving the monarchy. Okay, we're going to be checking this video. Let's check it out.
Well, King Charles has sensationally evicted Harry and Meghan from Frogmore Cottage in Windsor and reportedly offered it now to Prince Andrew, who has to vacate his own larger home. Well, the Duke and Duchess of Sussex were given the cottage as a wedding gift by the Queen in 2018 and will now be left without a home in the UK after Buckingham Palace served eviction papers. Tonight, a spokesman for the couple confirmed the Sun's bombshell scoop by saying they have been requested to vacate the property. Well, Kevin McGrath still with me. I've been joined now by Talk TV contributor Esther Krakow and historian and author Tessa Dunlop. Well, so Kevin, this is one of those great scoop by the Sun this morning. And completely true, it turned out. They have indeed been kicked out. They've been evicted.
Yeah, there's a new sheriff in town, and he's going to be the Iron King. Because
Is this the act of a king, not a father? In other words, has he basically put his new status as the monarch and the interests of the monarchy and his role as king above actually what maybe his instinct is as a dad?
Well, it could be as a dad. He believes in tough love. He's also said to be very emotionally cold and probably not best suited to try and bringing them back in a warm way. But it is pretty sensational, as you say, because I thought he would try and find common ground, try and build bridges, get some peace. But this is, right, if you're going to go to war with me, I'm going to fight back.
Right, and it does beg the question, Esther. Coronation coming up in early May, only a few weeks away now. Invitations apparently going out next week, 2,000 of them. I mean, I would put good money now that there'll be no invitation heading its way to Montecito in California.
I think so too. Look, I was very skeptical when I saw this because I thought the palace just asked them to take the rest of their belongings and strip it back to Montecito. But the fact that they've actually been given a formal eviction notice is very clear. You're not coming back. There are no warm sort of olive branches being extended to you, if that's a thing. And it's really quite scathing, actually. Can you imagine just being evicted by your own father?
It is, but I've just read the column for the Sun about this, and you and I, Tessa, we've argued about this. But putting aside our different opinions about them as people, there does come a tipping point in any feud of this nature where if one side just continues to publicly attack the other on the global stage that Meghan and Harry have, not just with Oprah Winfrey, but then a 6-part Netflix documentary series, then a 400-page book trashing everyone, including Kate and Camilla and so on. There is a tipping point for anybody. However much Charles may want to be a good dad, William, I'm told, was utterly incandescent after that book. And I think this is the logic. Apparently, this decision was taken the next day after the book came out. Is anyone surprised, really?
I never think it's a good idea to make a decision like that in haste. You then repent at leisure. I think given the coronation is, as you've mentioned, but weeks away, and that we want our monarchy to look broad-shouldered, to look global, to look like it's an institution that understands what redemption means, I think the timing's unfortunate. I think the optics around asking Uncle Andrew, the disgraced Duke, to move in also is deeply unfortunate.
Although,
and I would question that whether this is on numerous levels the right decision at the right time.
I certainly think...
So let me get this straight. You have a family member that have completely gone astray and decided they want to embarrass you for the reason best known to them. Publicly, not privately. Publicly, not once, not two, not three. Publicly. And let's say you are the one that is footing their bill. Would you continue to foot the bill? So in our own case now, let's say if our child continuously embarrass her 1, 2, 3 countless times, and she is the one fending for her child, and this child in question is an adult, doesn't want to work, doesn't want to do nothing, but want to sit and relax, would she as a parent continue to foot the bill? Let's look at it, because I don't like hypocrisy. Because obviously, look at it. People want, the monarchy has been respected for a really long time. It's not a joke. You need people that are ready to do the work. So let's look at it for a moment. If the monarchy or if the king did not take or make this decision, what do you think people would think of him? Exactly. Because obviously, it's not even an easy decision for him to put the monarchy first before his son or his family. But it is the right thing to do. Do you want to know why? Because the monarchy has to be preserved. It has to be respected. Because let's say, for example, you have an employee who works for you, but the person keeps trash talking about his job, how terrible his job is, he doesn't like his job and whatnot, but still want to get paid or still gets paid. You as an employer, what would you do? Because obviously this employee in question always goes up on all up on national TV to talk about how the person don't like their job, how terrible the job is, but still continues to work there, still wants to get paid. You as an employer, would you be happy to have that employee talk about your company like that? Seriously. What do you think? Do you think the monarchy made the right decision? Because obviously people are trying to justify or see reasons why the monarchy should be lenient towards another party. They're even lucky they weren't even stripped off their title. So what are we doing? These are not kids. These are adults. They're adults.
The Andrew bit to me was ill thought through, because that gives all the people who support Meghan and Harry and don't want to believe a bad word about them. They say, well, really? You're going to put the guy that paid this woman who says he never met millions of dollars to avoid having his day in court? You're going to give him their cottage because somehow he's better? All I would say to counter that, I was in America last week and a new poll came out while I was there saying that they are now less popular in America than Andrew. I mean, that is how far their standing has fallen.
It could be because in America they've forgotten to some extent Andrew, although he is the real scandal in the royal family. I think Harry and Meghan haven't behaved well. Others, I don't think, have behaved well on the other side. But to give him that 5-bedroom house is adding insult to injury for them. I do think it's a bad move. I mean, if he needs a house, let him get on a council waiting list like everybody else. Why should he be gifted a multi-million-pound
with 2 orangeries and Meghan Markle's yoga room? I mean, how is it happy?
Well, no, but the thing is, this old man doesn't need a 5-bedroom house. I think he needs a 1-bedroom flat in Stevenage.
Well, apparently Andrew doesn't even want Frogmore Cottage. He wants to stay where he is, which is a much larger property. He would be seeing it as a demotion because Andrew is pretty deluded about most things. Let me ask you, on the coronation specifically, it is coming up. I mean, should he be invited? Never mind, will he? Should Harry and Meghan actually get an invitation?
Absolutely not.
That's what I think.
They shouldn't get an invitation. Why do they...
All right, go to the father bit. Look, families fall out all the time.
Let me go to the father bit for you, because I put this in my column. If one of my 3 sons, all in their 20s now, and I have a great relationship with all of them, if one of my 3 sons spent years publicly trashing our family, all the members in it, right, and the very institution of our family, they would not get, as I put in my column, the remaining ash from my Christmas Day cigar.
And it's true, that's
a grace and favour home.
Exactly.
In your column, you're talking to a little bit, dare I say it, of Middle England. We want our monarchy to be bigger and better than that, Piers.
Who's we?
We, Great Britain.
No, we want renegade, want our royal cake and eat it royals who've been treacherous to stay in California and actually sink or swim by being Meghan and Harry, not the Duke and Duchess of Sussex.
But it looks like
exactly. Thank you, Piers.
Actually, this wasn't, as somebody said this morning, Frogmore Cottage, just a place where they lay their heads. It actually came with the umbrella of security that you get as being part and parcel of Great Windsor.
All right, let me ask you about that.
And they're obsessed with that, and they've had their police protection rescinded elsewhere.
They're so obsessed about privacy and security.
So they won't come now anymore.
Hang on.
You've got what you want.
Let me respond to you. These two apparently are, by your yardstick, obsessed with privacy and security. Right. They've just done a 6-part Netflix documentary into their private lives at home. 1, they don't care about privacy, they want to sell it. Secondly, on security, Harry was unbelievably reckless in the book to boast about his Taliban kill numbers and to describe the Taliban victims that he killed as chess pieces. He, by doing that, immeasurably worsened the security for his family.
Yes.
Immeasurably, as any military expert will tell you. So don't let me hear them talk any more about privacy and safety when he has so deliberately invaded his own privacy and worsened their safety.
I'm merely pointing out that whether he's exacerbated his own situation or not, they are always very concerned. We saw them last summer. They hardly left Frogmore Cottage except to go...
Nor was...
It's hard to hold a conversation with somebody that, I don't know. But obviously, it's a good thing to hear from other people's point of view. But look at it in this angle. They are talking about privacy. Piers Morgan just shared important things here because only you shared interesting details about your family. You're worried about privacy, Abi, or security. Let's even say that. Your family, his family in California, and his family, that's the royal family itself, he did not think of them, their security, or their lives in his documentary. Then in his book, Spare, Security, Abi, California, he did not think of their own. The royal family, he did not think of their own. Then the other names that were mentioned, he did not think of their own. His own is the most important. But other people that were named, unfortunately, they just found themselves in a book that did not even consign them. They too, they follow joint Spare. Their security, he is not worried about it, but it is his own and his family. See the mindset. Just imagine that for a moment. Imagine you having a friend and your friend is putting, let's use this one that we all know, is putting your phone number or your private phone number all up on social media. Let's say post it on their story, your private phone number. But if that same friend is the person or is the exact same friend worried about their security and their safety, or you have a friend who publicly posts your residential address all up on social media or in their timeline, but they are the ones worried about their safety or their security. Think about it for a moment. What would you call that friend? Or what would you call that person?
Any security incident around them, and they have highly paid bodyguards.
But do you know what, Piers? You've got what you want, and in the end, it's a nail in your own.
It's not what I want.
Yes,
no, it's not.
Yes,
no.
you've been shouting them down.
Sorry,
since
no. Let's be quite clear. Let's be quite clear. I think they are a malevolent duo intent on fleecing their royal titles for hundreds of millions of dollars and causing untold damage to their family and the institution in the process. I do believe that, but I haven't evicted them from this home. Harry's father has evicted them from the home. Harry's brother wanted them evicted from his home. I'm damn sure of it, because they are sick and tired of not just them being trashed, but their wives being trashed by these two.
Heaven makes of this, as you've got your finger on the tabloid pulse. This, if they don't come to the coronation, in terms of attraction, in terms of attention, this is a depletion. I'm sorry.
Oh, rubbish. Absolute rubbish.
Look,
nobody cares.
Look, there's grotesque inequality at here and unfairness when these houses are standing empty in a country with a homelessness crisis. But if they're not there at the coronation, they won't be missed.
No.
In truth, the event will just...
It's the other way round. If they are there, they become a massive distraction.
Exactly.
Way, if I were William and Charles and Kate and Camilla, I wouldn't trust the pair of them as far as I could throw them. You've got to remember, Harry went to Prince Philip's funeral, and he then went and had a private conversation with Charles and William immediately afterwards at the scene of the funeral. And then he put all of that in his book. This is a guy who has ranted about the media, about tabloid editors like me, for invading his family's privacy and all this kind of garbage. And yet there he is, invading his family's privacy at the most excruciatingly private time.
You're going to have
private conversations.
Uncle Andrew in a front row at the coronation.
I don't think he should be there either. Hold on.
And you're not going to have...
Well, hang on. You're presuming we want that as well. We don't.
Exactly. And can I ask you, why would you even want them there? Why would
Exactly.
you want to see a pair that have trashed their family for years?
And the monarchy. Why do you want monarchy bashers there?
Because actually,
Let's cancel the whole event. That's an easy way out. Let's scrap it,
pull
save
back
the money.
lenses on this,
Come on.
and I know it's hard,
All
you
right.
know, the pain of
Tessa,
privilege.
you know what? You know
but
what?
I think Harry is something of a victim.
Do you know when
and he's angry and in pain.
Do you know what?
And yes, he's made mistakes.
I think they've slightly lost you.
Yeah.
Who've lost?
You've lost your venom about this. You've lost your spark. You've lost the ability to rise up and defend them because in your heart, you know Tessa Dunlop.
what?
I've been right about them the whole time.
Do you know what?
You do.
No, I'm
You know it.
fatigued by you.
I've just seen
And
it.
actually,
It's like
I
watching
think-
a
do you know
helium
what?
balloon when it
No.
sucks out. You know, it's like there's a slow like. But actually, you've lost that thing, that crackle.
Yeah.
No,
Where you genuinely felt they were right.
No,
Now you think, you know what? They've lost me.
No, what saddens me, Piers, is that, and I
Is
write
how
it's
awful they've
ironic.
been?
Yeah.
No, is that there you are,
saddens me.
smacking your lips, thinking that you've won something, but the bigger picture is our monarchy, by all of this, has been depleted. And actually, as a monarchist light, I'm saddened.
No, actually, what Charles has done, in my view, very smartly, he's now moving to save the monarchy and
Thank
its
you,
reputation
Piers.
from these two
far
flamethrowers.
narrower
From these
base.
two flamethrowers who keep wanting to trash it and burn it to the ground. Lovely to see you, Tessa. Lovely to see you, Esther and Kevin.
As it should be. But obviously, it's a good thing to always hold conversations with people you disagree with. To to hear from both sides. But regardless, exactly what Piers Morgan said here. The king is trying to save the monarchy. Do you think it was an easy decision for him to kick his son out? No, it wasn't. That's the son. But he has to save the institution, preserve the family, the respect that they've had. Two people will not come up because of one thing, because of spare. Will not come and destroy the reputation that they've had, that they've preserved a really long time before these ones were born. So no, we should not be doing that. Because if these people continue, these are the people you cannot even have a private conversation with, because obviously you will be scared of where it will come from. They say the walls have ears. Which walls? Which walls? If you did not tell somebody that has a mouth leakage, which walls? Because you cannot even hold a private conversation with this type of human beings without them feeling like the victim, because it is always about them. But this was an interesting conversation regardless. Let me know what you think. I'm sure tons of people have interesting things to share. I would really love to share that. You can share the useful information you think might be really helpful. Make sure to like, comment, and subscribe and all of that stuff. And until next time, see you in the next video.